So, good day to everyone. So, we will discuss on conic section, which is second to the last topic on analytic geometry for our pre-calculus. So, what is a conic section? So, conic section are the curves formed by the intersection of a plane and a right circular cone, specifically the double nape cone. Depending on the angle, you can get a circle, an ellipse, a parabola, or a hyperbola. So, basically, yung conic section is dalawang cone siya, which is nape, double nape together. So, one example for that is this one. So, this is a double nape cone. So, dalawang cone and attach sila at the apex part of those two cones. And yung conic section is made or formed by the intersection of plane and the right circular cone. So meron tayong isang plane that will cut the circular cone at a certain angle. So nakadepende sa angle ng ating plane kung ano yung magiging conic section na mabubuo. So, meron tayong apat na sections or conics, namely the circle, the ellipse, the parabola, and the hyperbola. So, meron tayong isang equation lang called the general equation of the second degree that can represent the conic section. So, yung pinaka-general formula ng ating conic section. So, we have this one, ax squared plus by squared plus cx plus dy plus e equals 0. So, ito yung pinaka general equation ng ating mga conics. And, depende na lang kung ano yung mga parang special characteristic ng ating mga coefficients. If yung a and b ba equal, so, pwedeng by that we can see or determine kung anong klase ng conics yung equation na given. So, pag general equation yung given. So, let's go with the first conics. So, yung first conic is yung circle. So, yung circle, that is a set of all points in a plane that are equidistant from a fixed point called center. So, meron tayong center which is dito. And yung center is a point siya, represented by HK. So, yung point niya is HK. So, yung X value ng ating center is represented by H and yung Y naman is represented by K. And we also have the radius, that is the distance from the center to any point of the circle. So, in any point of the circle, pare-pareho yan. So, from center to any point, they are all the same. And we call that as radius. So, yung naman line that will cross dito sa center natin. So, from a point of a circle, cross siya sa center and to another point on the circle, we call that as the diameter. As we have discussed already nung nasa solid mensuration pa lang tayo sa plane figures. So, we already discussed yung circle, pero more on focus tayo sa area noon. So, ano yung area ng circle, ano yung circumference niya. Pero dito, sa ating analytic geometry, we will focus more on to paano kunin yung center or ano ba yung general equation ng ating circle or ano yung standard form niya. And also, we have what we call the eccentricity din. So, ito siya. So, yung symbol niya is small letter e. So, ano ba yung eccentricity? So, that measures how much a conic section deviates from a circle. So, yan yung eccentricity. So, yung basis niya is a circle. Kaya yung, eccentricity ng circle is equal to 0. So, let's focus dito sa ating equations. So, meron tayong dalawang equations. We have the general and we have the standard form. So, yung general, so from here, yung general equation ng ating conic section, yung characteristic lang ng circle is yung coefficient on A natin and B, they are equal. So, pag alam mo na na equal yung coefficient ng ating A dun sa x squared at saka yung y squared, therefore, automatic na magiging circle yan. So, yun yung characteristic niya. So, from that, magiging ax squared plus ay squared kasi same naman yung b and a. So, plus c plus dy, ay cx plus dy plus e equals 0. So, yan yung how can you determine kung anong klaseng conic siya in terms of the general form or equation yung binigay. So, yung a and b, they are equal, or the coefficient of x squared and the y squared, they are the same. And in standard form naman, kung ganito siya. So, we have x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared, that is equal to r squared, where yung h dito, that is the x value sa point natin sa center, and then yung k naman, that is the y value in our center, and yung r dito, that is the radius. So, kung you have to determine yung center ng ating circle, tas given yung general form, you have to change muna itong general form into a standard form na ganito. And you can easily determine kung ano na yung center ng ating circle. So, using this standard form, yung h dito, that will be the x value of the center. And then yung k dito, that is the y value. And kung hinahanap naman yung radius, you can easily determine from this standard form ulit. So, ganun lang yung ginagawa dito. And hindi ko pala na-discuss kanina. So, yung plane natin, so ito yung plane, yung color red na rectangle. So, that is a plane. And yung kinat niya yung conic section, or yung double nape cone na sinasabi, horizontally. So, naka-horizontal yung ating plane. Yung result ng ating makukuha, or yung cross-sectional area na makukuha dito would be a circle. So, ganun siya. So, yung y-axis natin dyan, yung axis natin sa ating cone, that is perpendicular sa axis ng ating plane na rectangle. So, next. So, we have the parabola. So, dito naman, medyo may angle, slant na siya, yung plane natin. So, yung parabola is created by this plane, and yung cone natin, if yung plane natin will go through na paganito, and makakabuo ka ng what we call the parabola. So, yung parabola, meron tayong 4 na scenario dito. So, merong parabola open upward, parabola opens downward, meron din parabola opens to the left, parabola that opens to the right. So, parang 4 talaga yung standard form dito. And before we go to that, let's define muna yung kung ano yung parabola. So, yung parabola is the set of all points in a plane equidistant from a fixed line, we call directrix, and a fixed point we call as focus. So, meron tayong mga terms dito. We have the directrix, we have the focus. So, yung directrix, that is a line siya. Line that is behind dito sa ating vertex. So, this is what we call the vertex. Ito naman yung directrix. So, example, we have this open upward na parabola. So, dito sa baba niya, that would be the directrix na sinasabi. It's align siya. Isang equation of align. So, dapat is yung equation mo is a linear. So, yung focus naman na sinasabi is dito. Siya, sa medyo loob ng ating parabola. And the distance between yung vertex natin and yung focus is what we call P, which is, makikita nyo siya mamaya in the standard form. Same true with yung distance between the vertex and the directrix. P din yung distance nila. Kaya kung kukunin mo yung distance between yung focus and then yung dun sa directrix, that is twice of P. So, yung vertex naman, that is also a point siya. And usually representation siya ng HK, which is X yung H, Y yung K. So, wala tayong center dito. Vertex lang yung meron. And then, we also have the foci. So, point din yung foci. So, that is a set of point din. Meron siyang abscissa at ordinate na sinasabi. And, etong equation dito na given for the directrix, hindi palagi yan yung equation na ng ating directrix. This is only applicable pag ganito yung parabola natin, if it opens upward lang. So, meron tayong dalawang general form. So, dalawang scenario. So, yung upward or downward. Dito, yung B is 0 and yung A should not be equal to 0. So, yung kasing parabola from our general equation ng ating conic section, yung A and B natin should not exist at the same time. Like, yung minsan, like that, ito, upward and down or downward na parabola. Yung B or yung coefficient ng y squared is 0. Hindi siya nag-i-exist. And yung A naman, it should not be equal to 0. Dapat mag-exist siya. Itong A natin. So, yung opens to the left or to the right naman na parabola, yung namang A yung 0, yung B should not be equal to 0. So, yun lang yung parang natin. Hindi pwedeng mag-exist sina A and B at the same time. So, parang dapat may value yung isa. Yung isa should be equal to 0. So, ganun yung scenario nila dito. And, this is the standard equation na sinasabi ko. So, meron tayong horizontal axis na sinasabi, meron din tayong vertical axis. So, etong drawing dito, that is a vertical axis. Ito yung axis niya. So, kung horizontal naman, nakahiga lang itong parabola natin. So, it's either open to the right or open to the left. So, how can you determine kung open to the left or to the right? So, let's go with horizontal axis muna. So, yung equation natin would be like this. So, we have y minus h. Ay, bakit h? X sana to. So, we have y minus x. Ay, x minus k. That is raised quantity squared. That is equal to 4p quantity x minus h. So, you can determine kung right or left if dito is a positive or negative. So, it's either that is positive or negative. So, kung positive to, so positive 4p, that would open to the right. Pag negative naman, opens to the left siya. So, nakadepende siya dito kung ano yung sign. Kung positive to the right, negative to the left. Ito yung P na sinasabi ko. That is the distance between yung vertex and directrix, or the distance between vertex and the focus. So, you can also determine kung ano yung P. using yung standard form. So, yung standard form, you can determine ano yung vertex kasi alam mo kung ano yung H, alam mo yung ano yung K. So, ito yung point ng ating vertex. You can also determine what is focus, yung point dito. And that is usually, ito siya. So, nakadepende na naman to kung plus or minus. It depends dito sa sign dito ng part. So, ito naman yung focus. So, yung H lang natin, dagdagan or bawasan lang natin by P. And then, yung K, wala lang. Ganun lang yung value niya. Kung ano yung K dito sa vertex, the same true with this one. And yung directrix naman, that is an equation of a line. So, ito siya. We have X is equal to H minus P. So, dependent ulit kung positive or negative. So, kung negative to, di negative times negative, di magiging positive. So, ganun lang siya. I-determine. Pag opens to the left and to the right. Kung sa upward and downward naman, we have this equation. Again, if this is positive, opens upward. Pag negative naman siya, opens downward. So, dito, na part. And yung equation natin, as you can see, yung naka-squared na dito is x. So, dito sa kabila, yung y yung naka-squared. So, dito we have x minus h squared equals to the positive or negative of 4p times y minus k. So, same, yung vertex is ganun din, hk, you can determine. Yung focus naman, so dito, yung nag-change is yung H. Dadagdagan mo or dedadak mo yung P. So dito, yung H naman yung magre-retain. Kung ano yung H mo dito sa vertex, ayun na lang. Dito, yung X value niya. Pero yung K, it's either you add or subtract yung P. Depende ulit kung ano yung sign dito. So same true with this one. Y minus K, Y equals K minus P. So, depende kung ano na naman yung sign. So, kung positive, di K minus P. Kung negative yung P, di K minus the negative P. So, magiging positive siya. So, ito yung sinabi ko kanina. So, that is yung absolute value or yung magnitude lang talaga ng P is the distance from the vertex to focus or to the directrix. And yung eccentricity ng ating ellipse is always equal to 1. So, kung circle, yung eccentricity niya is 0, yung ellipse naman is 1. Okay, let's go with the third conic section. So, yung third conic section is what we call the ellipse. So, para siyang parabola, pero yung ano natin, yung plane will go through dito lang sa medyo lateral area ng ating cone. Hindi siya mag-go through sa base ng ating cone. So, ganyan siya. Makaka-create ka ng isang ellipse. So, ellipse is the set of all points where the sum of the distances from the two fixed points called foci. So, foci is plural ng focus. Kasi dalawa yung foci dito, or dalawa yung focus dito sa ellipse, is constant. So, before we go with the general equation and the standard equation, i-discuss ko muna kung ano yung mga parts ng ating ellipse. So, meron tayong major and minor axis. So, yung major axis, that is always the longer axis. And yung minor naman is the shorter one. So, pwede rin naman na maging dito sa vertical part niya is yung major axis. So, parang nakatayo lang to, itong ellipse na to. And, we also have what we call the semi-minor axis. So, yung semi-minor axis is represent siya ng B. And yung semi-major axis naman is yung A. So, yung half ng ating mga axis. And, we also have what we call yung foci. So, dalawang foci to. So, ito yung isa. So, isang focus dito. And then, here is what we call the center. So, meron tayong center dyan. And then, the center, the distance between the center and the foci, or the focus, one focus is what we call the C. And meron siyang formula, which is ito siya. The distance between the foci and the center. So, yung distance ng ating dalawang foci are the same kung yung ano natin sa center. So, parang pag from F1 to F2, yung midpoint natin would be yung center mismo. Which is, represent na naman siya ng HK. So, yan. So, yung distance between them is, we can use this one. So, para siyang Pythagorean theorem, pero hindi siya ganun. So, we have C squared that is equal to A squared minus, so, hindi siya plus, minus B squared. So, you can determine kung ano yung value ng ating C. And the question is, paano natin malalaman kung ano yung A and B? So, let's go back to the standard form. So, sa general equation muna tayo. So, dito, kamali to, sign sana. So, yung A and B daw natin, so they are both existing, hindi rin sila equal, and they should have the same signs. So, kung positive yung A natin, yung B should be also positive. Kung negative siya, it should be also negative sa kabila. So, yun yung isang way to determine kung parabola, ellipse ba yung general equation na given. So, yung A and B natin, they are not the same in value, but they should have the same signs. So, yan yung condition niya. And ito, you have to transform that, gawin mo siyang standard form. So, meron tayong dalawang standard form. So, meron tayong horizontal major axis, which is itong drawing na to. That is what we call the major axis na horizontal. And yung pinaka-standard equation niya would be ganito. So, we have x minus h squared all over a squared. So, yung semi-major natin yan. Plus y minus k squared all over b squared. That is equal to 1. So, yung b naman is yung ating semi-minor axis. So, pag vertical naman na major axis, so, yung parang nakatayo ito. So, rotate that into 90 degrees. Mag-change lang yung position ng A and B natin. So, exchange lang sila. Pero yung signs are all the same. So, yun lang. Yung ano natin dito. And, yung eccentricity natin, dito is, it should be greater than 0, but less than 1. And yung formula niya dito is C over A. So, you have to determine yung C. You have to determine yung A to get the eccentricity. So, hindi na siya fix. Hindi na parang sa circle na alam mo na yung eccentricity niya, which is equal to 0. So, fix na yun. Na 0 talaga yung eccentricity. Also, the same with the parabola na yung eccentricity niya is equal to 1. Dito, meron na siyang equation na given. That is C over A. So, yun lang yung mga kailangan niyo dito sa ellipse. Next, we also have the hyperbola. Yung last na conic section. So, ito naman is vertical yung ating plane. So, patayo. So, kinat niya parallel to the axis of the cone. And that will create what we call the hyperbola. So, yung hyperbola, so that is the set of all points where the absolute difference of the distance from two fixed points, we also call that as foci, is constant. So, ganito talaga yung drawing ng ating hyperbola. So, medyo marami siyang points na tinitingnan. So, ito yung hyperbola natin. Para siyang parabola, pero hyper nga, medyo mas wider yung ano niya. And meron siyang we call the asymptotes. So, meron tayong line dito. So, dalawa yung asymptote ng ating parabola. And we can also determine what is the equation for that later. So, when we have our example. So, yung foci niya or yung dalawang focus is dito. We have F1 and we have F2 dito. Meron din tayong dalawang vertices which is dito na part and here. And this is what we call na pinaka-center niya. So, dito. Siya na part. And the distance between the center and yung ating vertex is what we call the A. And yung vertex naman to foci or focus, isang focus is C. Same true dito sa baba. Center to vertex is A. Vertex to focus is C. Yung B naman is the distance dito. Sa parang makre-create na box between those two hyperbola. So, we have B. So, from the center up to here, that is what we call the distance B. And yung general formula ng ating hyperbola is meron tayong existing yung dalawang A and B. They should not have the same value and they should also not have the same signs. As you can see, yung A natin is positive, yung B is negative. Or vice versa. Pwede naman yung negative yung A, positive naman yung B. So, you can also transform again this one. Gawin mo siyang standard form to determine kung ano yung center, ano yung A, ano yung B. So, you can use that one. So, meron tayong, kalimutan ko. Ito palang vertical na line dito. This is what we call the transverse line. And ito yan na yung magiging basis natin sa ating standard form. So, kung horizontal, yung transverse axis natin. So, rotate tong drawing na to, 90 degrees. Magiging horizontal to. Ganito yung standard form niya. So, we have x minus h squared all over a squared minus, so dun sa ellipse natin, plus dito. Pero sa hyperbola, minus. So, minus the quantity y minus k squared all over b squared equals 1. So, yung ellipse and yung hyperbola have the same, almost the same, ng standard form. Pero yung sign lang yung difference. And, pag vertical transverse naman, which is itong actual na drawing talaga, dito na example, at ganito naman yung ating formula. Instead, yung A and B yung mag-exchange ng position, yung y minus x squared at saka yung x minus h squared. So, parang kinonsider talaga dito yung sign. So, hindi pwedeng ito yung mag-exchange. So, kung yung negative natin is yung y, horizontal siya. So, yung negative natin is yung x, vertical yung ating transverse axis. And yung ating distance between the foci, wala palang center. Wrong yung ginamit kong vertex. Vertex ba? Oo, vertex. So, yung foci natin at saka yung vertices. So, we can use this one. C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. So, the same na siya sa ating Pythagorean theorem. So, yung eccentricity niya naman is the same, C over A, pero yung eccentricity should be greater than 1. So, yan lang yung mga need ninyo to understand kung ano yung apat na conic section. So, let's go with our example. And we will discuss more dito. So, wala man siya sa question, pero I will discuss na how to determine kung ano yung mga focuses, ano yung mga center, how can we get the radius, how can we get the asymptotes of the hyperbola, ganon. Alam. So, yung question dito is classify the conic section represented by the equation. And, kulang na naman tong question dito. And transform it into standard form. A standard equation. Sana to. So, ganyan. So, meron tayong given. Yung given daw is as a general equation. And then, yung pinaka-goal ng ating question dito is to make it into a standard form and also determine kung anong klaseng conic section siya. Is it a circle? Is it a parabola? Is it an ellipse? Or is it a hyperbola? So, yun yung gawin natin. And, magbibigay na lang ako ng additional kung paano natin i-determine kung ano yung mga parts ng ating mga conic sections or conics na sinasabi. So, for number 1, yung given dito is 4x squared plus 4y squared minus 8x plus 16y minus 20 equals to 0. So, this is a general form. So, ito yung A, B, C, D, E. So, yung A natin is 4, B natin is 4. So, dito lang naman tayo nagfo-focus, A and B. So, yun lang talaga kasi yung nag-change sa ating equation. Okay, so as you can see, yung A and B natin have the same value and they have the same sign, which is 4. So, we can say that A and B is equal. So, therefore, yung ating conics is a circle. So, from our discussion kanina, is a circle. So, ito yung classification niya. Okay. Next, how can we... So, since we know that it's a circle already, how can we change or transform this equation, general equation, into standard form? So, dun sa ating circle, yung standard form niya is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So, how can we transform this one into like this? So, yung unang gagawin yun dito. So, most of the time na yung general form gawin ninyong standard form, combine all those the same variables. Kahit hindi sila the same hindi, wrong yung term ko na combine. Group pala. Group yung mga the same variables. Like yung x, i-group ninyo. Yung y, group ninyo. And then, yung mga walang variable or mga constant lang talaga, parang i-isolate ninyo siya sa dito sa kabila ng ating y ay equal sign pala. So, yun yung unang steps ninyo. So, we have to combine or group pala. So, we have 4x squared and then itong 8x. So, we group that one. Next, we have 4y squared and then yung plus 16y. And then, ito naman is a constant. So, transpose natin siya. So, this will become positive 20. Next is, if you can remember pa, dun sa ating discussion dun sa algebra, when we are getting the factors of a quadratic equation. So, you have to do the completing the square na sinasabi. Pero, una, since meron silang common terms dito, or yung coefficient nila, meron silang common, which is 4. So, ilabas lang natin yung form. So, 4 divided by 4 is x squared. So, we have 4x squared divided by 4 is x squared. negative 8x divided by 4 is negative 2x. Next is that magko-completing the square tayo dito na part. So, yung completing the square, get natin yung b, knowing na wala ng, yung coefficient dito is 1. So, we have to divide this 1 into 2. So, negative 2 divided by 2, then square natin siya. So, negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1, and then get the square of negative 1, that is positive 1. Then, we have plus. Dito naman, again, gawin natin 1 lang yung coefficient. So, labas natin yung 4. So, y squared. So, 16 divided by 4 is 4y. So, dito, meron din tayong completing the square. So, 4 naman dito na part. So, 4 divided by 2 is 2. Then, square natin yan. That would be equal to 4. So, this is 20. So, since meron tayong inad dito, so mag-add din tayo dito, which is 4 times 1. And then 4 times 4. Then, get the factor of this equation or this quadratic equation and this quadratic equation. So, we will get 4 times x minus 1 squared plus 4y plus 2 squared. This is equal to, so we have 20 plus 4 plus 16, we have 40. So, pwede na tong standard form natin, pero pwede rin natin i-divide this whole equation by 4 kasi divisible naman sila ng 4. So, kung i-divide natin yan by 4, so, yung equation would become x minus 1 squared kasi 4 divided by 4 plus 4 divided by 4 ulit dyan. So, we have y plus 2 squared. So, yung 40 divided by 4 magiging 10. So, ito na yung ating standard form. As you can see, we have x doon, h, so we have h, then y, then we have k, and then naka-square dito, and ito yung pinaka r square or the radius squared natin. So, kung hinahanap ng problem, what is the center of the circle? So, you can easily determine that by looking at the standard form. So, as you can see dito, x minus h. So, ito, x minus h. So, ano yung h? That is positive 1. So, yung center natin would be positive 1. Then, dito naman, y minus k. So, since plus ito, need natin maging minus yan. So, that will become y minus negative 2. Kaya negative times negative is positive din. Kaya yung k natin is a negative 2. So, ito yung pinaka-center ng ating circle. Yung radius naman from this standard form, r squared. So, that is square root lang. Kunin natin yung square root nito. So, we have square root of 10. So, square root of 10 units or whatever yung given na unit of the problem. So, ganyan lang how you determine yung mga kailangan i-determine in a circle. So, next naman is for number 2, we have this one, y squared minus 6y plus 8x plus 1 equals 0. So, if you can see, itong general equation na given, wala tayong nakikitang x squared. Which is, that is a is equal to 0. Pero meron na yung value ng y. Which is, value ng b pala. Which is equal to 1. So, concluding that, yung discussion natin kanina, so, the conic is a parabola. So, actually, yung parabola yung pinaka-easy to determine kung ano yung in terms sa general formula kasi isa lang yung nag-i-exist na may squared. So, it's either x squared lang or y squared. So, kung y squared lang yung nakikita mo dyan, so, dito, ganyan. Ito lang talaga yung may squared. Automatic na parabola na yan. Kung x squared lang naman, wala kang nakikitang y squared, automatic din na parabola. So, it depends kung it opens upward or opens downward, opens to the left, or opens to the right. So, yung next na hanapin natin is yung standard form niya. So, we have to transpose this. Again, ganun ulit yung gagawin ninyo. You have to determine or group pala kung yung mga variables natin. So, we have y squared minus 6y. And then, transpose na lang natin to buo dun sa kabila. So, we have negative 8x minus 1. So, dito na sa part na to, quadratic, completing the square pala. Completing the square to get the factor. So, we have y squared. So, since coefficient natin dito is 1, so okay na yan. So, kunin natin is 6 divided by 2 is 3. Squared natin yung 3, that is equal to 9. So, mag-add tayo ng 9 dito. So, equals to negative 8x minus 1. And again, kung nag-add ka ng 9 dyan, so mag-add ka ulit ng 9 dito. Para magka-cancel pa rin yung 9. Kung i-transpose mo doon, magiging 9 minus 9. So, getting the factor for this one, this will become y minus 3 squared. So, this is equal to negative 8x. So, negative 1, plus pala siya. Negative 1 plus 9 is, we have 8, positive 8. And kung maalala nyo yung standard form ng ating parabola. So, can we get that one? So, dito. So, it opens to the left or to the right na siya. So, bakit? Kasi dito, sa part na to, yung y yung naka-squared. Kaya, ito yung equation or standard equation na ating kukunin. So, let's go back to the example. So, yan. So, meron tayong alam na natin yung k, pero hindi pa natin alam yung h. So, dapat dito yung coefficient mo is 1. Eh, meron pa tayong 8, negative 8. So, we have to bring that out. So, negative 8 times x. So, 8 divided by negative 8 is equal to positive 1. So, I have y minus 3 squared. So, ganyan siya. And, ganyan na yung ating standard form. So, ito na yung pinaka-standard form natin. Ito naman. Ano ba yung mga parts ng ating parabola? So, yung parabola has a focus, meron din siyang vertex, meron din siyang what we call the directrix. So, yung una mong makikita is yung vertex, which is yung h at saka k. So, yung h natin is negative 1 kasi positive 2. And yung k naman is 3, positive 3. While yung focus, you can determine that one kung meron na yung value ng p. Pero, how can we get p? So, yung p is we can get from here. So, we know that ito na part is 4p, kaya itong negative 8 dyan, that is also equal to 4p. So, p is equal to negative 2. Okay. So, okay lang pag meron negative na sagot ninyo dito. Yung negative pala, hindi ko na-discuss. Yung negative pala na sign dito, it just says na yung ating parabola opens to the left. So, kanina na-determine na natin na it's either it opens to the right, it's open to the left, kasi yung y natin is, siya yung naka-squared. So, dito naman, you can determine kung ano na talaga siya. So, since negative, to the left yung ating parabola, opens to the left siya. So, next, after we determine kung ano yung p, we can also already determine kung ano yung focus natin. So, focus is a point siya. So, dapat point din yung ating answer. So, yung look ng ating parabola is, for example, this is the horizontal axis. This is the vertical axis. Yung vertex niya is at negative 1, 3. So, somewhere dito na lang. So, mag-assume na lang ako dyan. So, parang yung parabola natin is like that. Ganyan. So, somewhere, meron tayong line. Nandito yung focus niya. So, yung mag-change lang is yung value ng ating x. Kasi, yung y natin is always 3. So, nag-move lang naman siya to the left yung focus. So, yung focus natin would be yung negative 1. Then, add natin yung ating p, which is negative 2. So, comma, copy lang natin yung 3. So, this is a point. Pero, meron tayong equation sa loob. So, parang nagsosolve din tayo. So, negative 1 plus negative 3, we have negative 3, 3. Okay, next. Yung naman directrix, how can we determine yung kanyang equation? So, yung directrix is horizontal, hindi pala. Since horizontal yung pinaka-axis ng ating parabola, yun naman ating directrix is vertical. So, ganito siya. Somewhere there. So, in-assume ko na lang na ganyan. So, yung gawin lang naman natin is, ito yung vertex natin. Ano yung distance? That this is P. So, yung ating directrix would be x equals to h minus p. So, h minus p. So, ano ba yung h? Saan yung h? So, ito siya. So, negative 1 minus negative 2. So, this would be x. So, negative times negative is positive. So, minus 1, that is positive 1. So, dito, yung x natin dyan is equal to 1. So, itong yellow na line. So, that would be the directrix. So, ganyan lang. Kung opens upward or downward naman yung ating parabola, instead na x ito, magiging y equals k minus p. Ito naman, copy lang yung negative 1, ito naman yung mag-change. You have to add yung value ng p. So, that's how you determine yung other parts or the parts of the parabola. And this will be the equation. Okay, next. Number 3. So, ito yung general form natin. 9x squared plus 16y squared plus 18x minus 64y minus 71 equals 0. So, kompleto yung general formula. Meron tayong x squared, meron tayong y squared. Therefore, yung a and b natin is existing siya, but yung a natin, color white. So, yung a natin is not equal to b. As you can see, 9 is not equal to 16. So, therefore, pero kung dalawang choice dito, it's either ellipse or hyperbola. Itong equation na to. So, kung ganyan, yung case natin, you go back kung ano yung sign. Are they the same or not? So, since positive silang dalawa, therefore, yung ating ellipse, therefore, itong conic natin is an ellipse. So, from the condition ng ating ellipse kanina. So, yung A and B must have the same sign. Not necessary yung value, pero dapat yung sign is the same. So, therefore, kulang yung ano. So, we have A is not equal to B. Their signs are the same. Therefore, the conic is an ellipse. Okay, so since alam na natin na ellipse ito, and yung standard form ng ating ellipse, so it's either nakadepende kung horizontal or vertical. So, pag horizontal, we have x minus h squared all over a squared plus y minus k squared all over b squared. This is equal to 1. Pag horizontal. Pag vertical naman, pag-exchange lang tong dalawa. So, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared. So, dito, over b squared to. Ito naman is a squared. This is equal to 1. So, it's either magiging ganito siya or ganito. So, yung first step, so the same, group all those the same variable. So, we have 9 x squared, so plus 18x, so plus 16y squared minus 64y. This is equal to 71. So, transpose lang yun. Magiging positive. Okay, next. After that, completing the square pala. Yung susunod na gagawin, and then get the factor of that quadratic equation. So, una, group natin to. Ganyan talaga siya dapat. So, we have to make this x squared, yung coefficient niya is 1 for easier lang na mag-completing the square. So, labas lang natin yan. So, magiging x squared. So, 18 divided by 9. So, don't forget na to divide yung coefficient dito with the coefficient na linabas ninyo. So, 18 divided by 9, that is 2x. So, magkukomplete the square na tayo dito. So, yung dito, yung 2, divide nyo siya ng 2 and then squared. So, 2 divided by 2 is 1. square natin yan, that would be equal to 1. So, yung parang pinaka-formula pala dito kung hindi nyo naalala. So, this is ax squared plus bx plus c. So, that is a quadratic equation. Make this one into 1. Or sometimes, yung ginagawa is x squared. Dinidivide all terms by a. b over a x plus c over a. Kukunin nila to dun sa middle part. So, we have b over a. Divide nila yan by 2. And then, e squared nila. So, parang yung ginawa kanina. Pero linabas lang kasi yung 9. So, magiging 18 divided by 9. So, 2. And then, divided by 2. That is 1. And then, e square natin. So, magiging 1 doon. So, recall lang dun sa ating algebra kung di nyo na naalala. Next, dito naman tayo completing the square. So, ilabas ulit natin to. Coefficient dyan, 16. We have y squared minus, so 64 divided by 16, that is equal to 4. So, magiging 4y. So, ito naman yung pinaka b dito. So, divided by 2, that is 2. And then, square ulit natin yan. That is equal to 4. So, this is equal to 71. So, since nag-add tayo dito sa left side, mag-add tayo dito sa right side. So, 9 times 1 plus 16 times 4. So, yan. Adjust ko lang to, baka malito. Okay, yan. Next, we have to get the factor. So, we have 9 times the factor of this one is x plus 1. So, square natin yan plus 16. Itong factor naman nito is y minus 2 squared. Kung sa quadrat ay completing the square pala, ito yung napansin ko in our solving yung factor niya. Kung ano yung b over 2 natin dito. So, diba kanina, 2 divided by 2, that is 1. And then, in-square natin dito. Before mo i-square, yun na yung magiging value kasi dito. So, magiging x plus 1. So, 2 divided by 2 is 2. Ay, 2 divided by 2 is 1. Kaya 1 ito. So, yung sign naman is kung ano yung sign dito. So, plus and plus. And then, just square na lang. Dito naman, we have y. Since yung sign is negative, so negative to. And then, ito naman, 4 divided by 2 is 2. Kaya, 2 dito. So, parang yun yung pattern na nakita ko. Then, just calculate this one. We will get 144. So, since, as you can see dito sa standard, naka 1 yung dito na side. So, we have to divide the whole equation by 144. So, 9 divided by 144, we have 1 over 16. So, we have x plus 1 squared all over 16 plus, so 16 divided by 144 is 1 over 9 naman. So, we have y minus 2 squared all over 9. So, equals to 144 divided by 144, that is 1. And ito na yung pinaka-standard form natin. So, since ellipse ito, medyo marami ata yung hahanapin in terms of ellipse. So, meron tayong center, meron tayong major axis, meron tayong minor axis, foci, dalawang focus, eccentricity, ano pa yung mga pwedeng hanapin sa ellipse. So, let me go back lang yung drawing. I think yun lang naman. So, yung center, yung dalawang focus, or yung foci na sinasabi, yung major axis, ano yung length niya? And then, ano naman yung length ng ating minor axis. Ano pala yung natin? Equation ay ellipse. Is it horizontal major axis or vertical major axis? So, asa na yung equation? So, ito, as you can see, mas malaki talaga to. Which is, ito yung kung ano yung mas malaki na denominator, that would be where you can get yung value ng A. Yung mas maliit, yung value ng B. So, since mas malaki dito sa denominator ng ating x, therefore, yung ating ellipse is a horizontal major axis. So, naka-horizontal yung ellipse natin. So, yung major axis niya. So, yung parang yung drawing kanina. Ano talaga yung drawing niya. So, how can we get the center? So, yung center ulit, that is yung H and K. So, ito siya. Ito talaga yung standard form niya. Yung H and K. So, we have H as negative. So, yung center natin is negative 1 kasi positive to. And then, yung K is, since negative yan, positive to naman. Okay. Next, we also have to find yung kung hinahanap ng ating problem yung major and minor axis. So, you have to determine ano muna yung value ng A and B, yung semi-major and semi-minor. So, yung value ng A, we can get that from here, yung 16. Kung sino yung mas malaki in value. So, we have A squared is equal to 16 kasi yun yung equation. So, A squared equals to 16. Kaya A is equal to square root of 16. We have 4. And then, yung B naman, B squared. So, B squared equals to 9. So, B is equal to the square root of 9. Or, this is equal to 3. So, semi pa lang to. So, meaning semi-hati. So, we have to multiply tong dalawang to by 2. So, yung major axis natin, that should be equal to twice of A, which is 2 times 4, that will be equal to 8. So, yung minor naman, that is twice of B. So, 2 times, ano yun? 3. So, this is equal to 6. So, minor siya, it should be smaller. So, major, bigger. Yung length niya. Next, ano pa yung hinahanap dito? So, we can also find eccentricity, which is E. So, we need C over A. Yan yung formula. Therefore, we have to find kung ano yung value ng C. So, for ellipse, yung C natin, that is equal to A squared minus B squared. So, from that, we can get C. That is the square root of A, which is, ano yung A? That is 4 squared minus 3 squared. So, calculating this one, we have C as, teka lang, calculate ko lang siya. Square root of 7. So, yan. So, using that, we have square root of 7 divided by, ano yung A is 4. So, solving this, we have 0.6614. And yan yung eccentricity. So, meron pa tayong dalawang hindi nahanap, which is yung foci, yung F1 at saka F2. So, yung F1 naman, yung focus na isa. So, since horizontal siya, pag ganyan, yung ellipse natin. So, ganyan. So, nandito yung mga foci natin. So, yung gumagalaw lang dyan talaga is yung X. Yung Y na part is Consistent lang. Ganun lang talaga siya. So, yung focus 1 is mag-base tayo sa center na part. So, we have H plus C. Then, same lang yung K. Pag pag horizontal yung major axis natin. So, F2 naman is H minus C naman. So, this would be, ano ba yung H? Negative 1. So, plus square root of 7. Then, yung K is 2. Then, dito naman sa baba is negative 1. So, minus na dito. Minus is square root of 7, 2. So, ito na yung pinaka-foci natin. So, ganyan lang. How can we determine yung mga other parts ng ating ellipse? And then, last example, we have the, ito na, last talaga yung is hyperbola. So, dito we have yung A natin is not equal to B. Existing silang dalawa. So, 4 and 9. So, yung B natin is 4 kasi y squared to. And then, yung A natin is 9. Pero, yung signs nila are opposite. Their signs are opposite. Yung isa is positive, so yung B is positive, yung A is negative. So, talagang magiging ellipse itong ating problem. So, unang-una, ganun na naman tayo mag-groupings ulit. So, since wala naman tayong ibang X, walang naman ibang Y, so parang itong nakikita ko sa equation na to would be naka-center siya sa origin sa 0, 0. So, wala tayong X and wala tayong Y na iba. So, groupings. Wala naman i-group. So, 4y squared minus 9x squared. So, lagay lang natin yung constant sa kabila. So, negative 36. So, since we have to make this one equal to 1, kaya divide natin siya ng negative 36. Kung nag-divide tayo ng negative 36 dyan, so we have to divide this one by 36. Ito pala, swerte itong equation na to kasi no need ka na mag-completing the square, getting the factor, and etc. Pero pag meron tayong x, yung x raised to 1 lang, and then y raised to 1 lang, you need to do again yung completing the square. So, parang yung mga ginawa lang natin kanina sa mga previous examples. Okay. So, we have 4 divided by negative 36 is y squared, or negative kasi positive divided by negative. Negative y squared over 9. So, negative 9 divided by negative 36, magiging positive na yan. X squared all over 4. So, this is equal to positive 1. So, i-rewrite ko lang kasi pangit naman yung negative dyan. So, we have x squared all over 4. Ba tayo? So, over 4 minus y squared over 9. This is equal to 1. So, this is already the standard form. Pero, as you can see, wala tayong plus x plus ganito, y minus ganito. Kasi yung h and k natin is sa 0 siya. 0, 0. Okay, so hanapin naman natin yung mga iba't ibang parts ng hyperbola. So, meron tayong hyperbola na drawing dito. So, you can imagine kung ano yun, mga sinasabi ko. So, ito yung pinaka-center niya. Tayo na. So, ito yung center na part. And, yung center na yan is represent naman ng H and K. Pero, as you can, sinabi ko kanina, wala tayong value ng h and k, which is only 0. So, yung center natin would be at 0, 0. Spell out ko na lang. Center. Next na madali mong ma-determine kung ano yung A and ano yung B is ang mga ito. So, okay na lang kung sino yung gusto nyong unahin. Pero, kung ano na to, yung nauna, yung positive part, yun na yung A, yung negative part, yun yung B. So, yung A, so A squared yan, equals 4. So, kukunin natin yung A lang. So, square root of 4, we have 2. Sa B naman, B squared equals 9. So, B is equal to square root of 9. B is equal to 3. So, kung kukunin natin yung yung vertex using yung A, vertices pala, dalawa yung vertex natin. Yung mga foci, so we also need C pala. So, if you can remember yung equation ng C dito, C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. Parang Pythagorean theorem lang. So, I have square root of A. So, 2 squared plus 9, 3 squared. So, we have square root of 13. Like, yan yung C. So, unahin natin muna yung vertex or vertices. So, we have vertices. So, since ito is a horizontal yung axis or transverse axis niya. So, yung h lang or yung x value lang yung mag-change in terms of our C. Center pala. So, yung vertex 1, we have h plus A as dito sa drawing. So, ito yung center, ito yung vertex. Or dito. Dalawa pala yung vertex. Ito at saka ito. So, mag-add ka dito ng A. Ito yung makukuha mo. Mag-subtract ka ng A. Ito naman yung makukuha mong vertex. So, we have vertex h plus A. So, yung K naman, K lang. You do not need to add that one. Kung yung transverse axis mo is vertical, ito naman yung magre-retain. H and then K plus something naman. K plus A or K minus A. So, since yung H natin is 0, so 0 lang yan. Yung A natin is 2. Yung K is also 0. So, yun. Kaya yung vertex natin na isa is 2, 0 yung point niya. So, ito, na part. So, yung isa naman na vertex. So, kung nag-add tayo dito, mag-subtract naman. So, H minus A. So, K. So, we have 0 minus 2, 0. So, we have negative 2, 0. So, yan yung vertex or vertices natin. Next, foci naman. So, dun sa foci, so, dalawa ulit. We have F1. So, yung foci is, so, ito yung center natin. Mag-add ka lang. So, or dun na lang tayo sa vertex. Mag-refer. So, we have yung vertex, add mo lang ng C. Wait pala. Meron pala tayo kamali dito sa drawing. Hindi pala mag-add lang ng C sa vertex. Yung C pala is not on that point. Sa center pala. So, center up to here. So, yan yung C natin. So, same through dun sa kabila. So, yan. So, sorry for that mistake. So, i-check ko na lang dun sa taas. Mamaya. So, yun dapat pala. Yung C is from the center up to the foci. Kaya, yung foci or focus natin is derived pa rin siya sa ating center. So, again, H plus C, K. So, we have 0 plus square root of 13. Yung K is 0. So, square root of 13, 0. So, yan yung isang focus. And then, yung isa naman is, so, nag-plus na tayo doon, di mag-minus tayo. H minus C, K. So, we have H minus, 0 pala, di H. So, 0 minus square root of 13, comma, 0. So, we have negative square root of 13, comma, 0. So, yan yung foci. And then, last pa na we have to determine is, ano tong line dito? Now, we call the asymptotes. So, yung asymptote is the line na i-approach lang tong dalawang hyperbola natin, but they will not touch that line. So, it's a line. Dapat linear yung ating sagot. Kung maalala ninyo yung part na sa, I think yung mga last discussions natin dito before tayo mag-conic section. So, sa part pa rin ng analytic geometry, yung mga lines, if you can remember, yung 2-point form, etc. ganun. So, parang yung equation ng asymptote is derived from those. Yung slope point form natin na equation, parang ganun. 2-point slopes. So, dun tayo nag-derive. So, pero yun, isa lang naman yung standard dito, which is y minus k equals the positive and negative. Kasi dalawa yung asymptote mo. Dapat. So, yung isa is positive, yung isa is negative. So, we have b over a times x minus h. So, we know that k is 0. So, that is y. So, plus, minus, ano yung b? We have 3. And then, a is 2. Multiplied by x. Minus 0. So, x na lang. So, yung dalawang asymptote natin, so, y1 is equal to positive 3 over 2x, and then y2 is negative naman. 3 over 2x. And then, yung eccentricity, last pala, eccentricity niya is c over a, then, ano yung c? Square root of 13 over 2. So, yan na yung mga needs na hanapin sa mga kind of problem for this conic section. And you should not forget, or baka pag after naman ng subject na to, you will forget this topic na, which is wrong. Kasi, pag nakapasa kayo dito sa N10 per calculus and sa differential calculus, sa calculus 1 ninyo, you will have your calculus 2, which is, ito siya talaga, mostly nai-apply nyo dun, itong conic section in calculus 2. So, math 35 natin next semester. So, I will ask kung ako pa yung magiging math 35 ninyo next semester. If you can still remember itong discussion na to. So, you will apply kasi. So, if you have more questions regarding this topic, then you can just approach me na lang. Or message me, contact me if you have any concerns regarding this topic. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for being attentive for this discussion.